Negative self-talk. Do you have that little Jiminy Cricket sitting on your shoulder, talking into your head? When I was back in corporate, I used to say this was the voice that grounded me. This is the voice that kept me on track. This was the voice that didn't let me grow too big or kept me in line and in control. Negative self talk is terrible. Sometimes people's negative self talk is even worse than talking to your arch enemy or somebody that you really dislike. We're often not very kind to ourselves. I know I used to call myself an idiot. I used to call myself stupid. I used to say, you can't do that. I used to limit myself. And many people say, this is the voice of reason, or this is a grounding voice that keeps me from jumping too high or going too far. The negative self talk in your head is not a voice of reason. It is not grounding. It is not here to stop you going too far. It is actually something that holds you back. It's actually something that is very detrimental if it is negative in our heads. We need to be talking to ourselves positively. We need to be talking to ourselves like we're our best friends. We need to be encouraging ourselves. We need to be lifting ourselves up. We need to be using this self-talk in an energetic way to propel us forward, to increase our success, to increase our fulfillment, to increase our happiness. I remember lots of times thinking, how was I ever going to change this? If we follow positive psychology, in positive psychology, they have discovered that negative thought weighs to positive thoughts. So if you're a negative thinker, you need to have 3 positive thoughts to bring you back to positive. And when I was learning to control my negative self talk and learning to reprogram my negative self talk to be positive self talk, I didn't think that I was going to be able to do it the way positive psychology suggested. So, the suggestion from positive psychology is to, whenever you find yourself in a negative thought, to bring in 3 positive thoughts. When I was in a negative thought, I didn't think I would have the ability to bring in any positive thoughts, let alone 3. And those of you who know me well know I'm a high achiever. So I didn't think 3 was going to cut it for me either. I thought, if you've got to have 3, I'm going to have 5. And instead of being in that space when I thought negatively, to think then of 3 or 5 positive thoughts, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. So I actually lined them up. So I carried them round in the bank. And my positive thoughts were the day I got engaged, the day I got married, and the birth of my 3 kids. And now I've got a few more, a couple more. Ooh, maybe there's another one on the way. A couple more in the bank with my granddaughters. But what I would do is I would notice that I was having a negative thought, and then I would start thinking my 5 happy memories to change my thinking to positive thinking. Now, I wish I wrote down the day I started this. I really wish I wrote down the day I started it, because I don't know whether it was 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It was somewhere in one of those time frames. I walked down the hallway one day and I went, oh my God, I think positively. And from that day forward, I had rewired my brain to start thinking positively. So if you think negatively, I want you to try this activity. Think of positive things. Every time you hear a negative thought, talk to yourself negatively in your head. Think of positive things. Think of things you love. Think of things that make you smile. And rewrite your thinking, because when you rewrite your thinking from negativity to positivity, it's going to exponentially change your results in your business, your financial success, and life itself. Mary Jensen from Empower Services.